Fixed mortgage rates. They may have reigned supreme in '98, but it's looking more like '99 is the year of the adjustable mortgage. At least that's the opinion of Neil Bader. He's CEO of Skyscraper Mortgage Company in Jericho, and he joins us to explain the differences between the fixed rate and adjustable mortgages. Mr. Bader, thanks for coming in.
Hi, good morning, Doug.
Okay, for whom is adjustable more desirable than a fixed rate?
Well, first maybe we should define what we're talking about when we say an adjustable. An adjustable rate loan is anything that is not fixed for the entire term of the loan. So if you fix a loan for 10 of the 30 years, or 7 or 5 or 3 of the 30 years, we're talking about an adjustable rate loan. Primarily for loans over $240,000, which are in fact jumbo loans, it has become much more attractive now to take an adjustable.
Okay, now adjustable usually obviously is a lower rate at the beginning. They adjust, what, 6 months, every year?
Well, and that's the thing. Adjustables really have teaser rates, so you need to be slightly careful. But you can take an adjustable rate loan that is fixed for as long as 3 or 5 or 7 or even 10 years. But in the last couple of years, the yield curve, the difference between adjustables and fixed, has been very, very flat. So there hasn't been really an impetus to take the adjustable rate loans. But now, as rates have edged up a little bit, especially on those loans over $240,000, you've started to see a rather significant increase. And in fact, the difference now between, let's say, something that's fixed for 10 years as opposed to the whole 30 years is as much as 0.75%.
Neil, what are fixed rates right now going for approximately in the spring of '99 here?
The jumbo fixed rates are now hovering around 7.5%. If you keep your loan amount to under $240,000, you can still get them probably in the very low 7s.
How about point-wise, the initial fee that a lot of folks have to pay for some mortgages? Are there difference with adjustable fixed, or basically it doesn't make a difference?
Doug, that's a good question. Actually, what we're talking about here are loans that carry no points at all. In fact, you can pay money up front in the way of points, and each point is equivalent to 1% of your loan amount, which will in fact reduce the interest rate of your mortgage. Typically, each 1 point that you pay will reduce the rate by 1/4% interest rate, and that goes for adjustables or fixed, but the relative difference is the same. In fact, if you're going to be in a home for, let's say, less than 12 or 13 years, you probably ought to be thinking about an adjustable, regardless of whether you pay points or not.
Okay. Now, I know, if memory serves me right, didn't we hit like a 30-year or 20-year low in fixed rates sometime last year? Yeah,
I think if you go back about 6 months, we were looking at some of the lowest rates in history. And the fact is, you're still within a trading range of some of the lowest rates in history now. And people shouldn't be looking at the market and saying, gosh, rates are really getting high. Clearly, they've come up 50 or 60 basis points over the last half year. But the fact is that you can still get rates that are well into the 6s if you just simply don't lock it for the full 30-year period.
Okay. What is that threshold, Neil, if you have an adjustable rate and it makes sense to go to a fixed rate? What is the difference there?
Well, I think that truthfully it depends on what type of adjustable you do, and what you want to do is try to match the term of how long you think you're going to have either the property or the mortgage itself with what kind of a mortgage you take. In fact, if you're there for less than 12 or 13 years, I mean, even if you took a 10-year fixed rate loan, which is really a 30-year mortgage but fixed for the first 10 years, you'd still come out well ahead, because of that 0.75% difference. I mean, you're going to be saving that for the whole 10-year period. Even if it jumped up a little bit after 10 years, you'd see substantial savings. For customers who in fact are going to be there for 5 to 7 years, they can get an even lower rate by locking it for 5 or 7 years.
Neil Bader, CEO, Skyscraper Mortgage in Jericho. I understood everything you said, but I'm glad there's mortgage brokers out there. It gets confusing.
Thanks very much.
All right, stay with us, folks. A lot more news ahead for you. Also going to check out the weather forecast. Very nice day out there. We'll tell you how long it's